Today we're rating AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. So we're going to start off with Among the Vidalcan. This is a white 3 generic sorcery. We get to choose one of many. Search your library for an elf card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Well, that is a very funny-looking Vidalcan. Are there any, like, Vidalcan elves out there? Not to mention the image itself looks like an elf. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power, so it also can be used as removal. And also destroy target creature or planeswalker with mana value 3 or less. So I guess if the toughness was larger than the power, you can kill it anyway. And Among the Vidalcan deals 2 damage to any target. I can't believe it. We went through 4 modes, and there was actually no screw-ups whatsoever. This is 100% doable. Deals 2 damage to any target. So you have multiple ways to die. So what is this? Okay, so I'm just wondering. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with mana value 3 or less. Or we could destroy a creature with mana value 4 or higher if it has 2 toughness or less. Assuming its toughness is larger than its power. So many, like, weird niche ways to kill a creature. Most of the time, it's just going to kill itself to its own power. But if it doesn't die, it's going to die to the other 2 modes. You can also go grab yourself an elf. Cool, really cool stuff. Oh, we got no music. Hold on, we're gonna get music in a second. The music will be back. I hear music. The rest of you don't hear music. Okay, does that sound good? All right, moving on. Because the Vidalcan is great. All right, we got the Order of Sea to Dust. This is a green 5 generic for a 5/5 vampire shaman. Cumulative upkeep. Create a 9/8 Colossus Phyrexian Golem artifact token. What is this? What downside is that? Where's the downside? What can go wrong here? It's for 6 mana. We get a 9/8 every creature. This is like a super coma of some sort. And then when Order to Sea to Dust dies, create tap treasure tokens. We get a little treasure out of it. So if you want to kill my Order, well, I'm gonna be ordered to ramp up into something else. That's yeah, exactly. There is no downside. What the heck? Well, what the heck? This thing is unbelievably busted, is what this is. Well, it is 6 mana. I don't know. It just puts a bunch of colorless golems on the battlefield. But so what? Like next turn we get a 9/8, then we get 2 9/8s, then 3 9/8s. This plus Time Walks is absolutely broken. You know, honestly, I think it's outrageous. Like, it is absolutely outrageous, but I think it's not broken. Like, it has no other abilities. Enters the battlefield, does nothing. And like 1 tap treasure token. It's almost balanced in that way. Exactly as Polidal mentioned. 6 mana has to be dealt with or you lose is almost fair. Do you know what? Upon closer analysis, maybe this is more doable. We actually can ship this damn thing. Why not print the Order of Sea to Dust? Okay, we order it to live. It's funny that Phyrexian Golem is relevant since the Phyrexian Splicers care about golems. The AI knows. The AI forgot that, you know, elves are not Vidalcans, but you know, in this case, the AI knows. All right, we're gonna say we can print this. Weirdly enough. Okay, we got Ignite Team. Ignite Team. What team of 1? There's no I in team. Johnny says, hold my beer. We have a red, blue, 1 generic, 4 loyalty of Johnny. Plus 3, venture into the dungeon. Oh my god, I am just sick to my stomach. You know, as a one-on-one competitive Magic the Gathering player, the dungeons are busted. So I'm not particularly happy that we can go to 7 loyalty and do that. 0, draw a card. At the beginning of your upkeep this turn, draw a card. That's insane. That's like just drawing 2 cards, period. -6, which we can do immediately. Create X 1/1 white core soldier creature tokens, where X is the number of untapped lands you control. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, +1. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target player or planeswalker, and you're gonna gain a little life. Gain 2 life. And then -7, you get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may manifest the top card of your library. That's just like another card draw, but I guess it's like, you can't do anything about it. I'm gonna manifest the top card of my library. Turns into a 2/2 creature, I believe, right? We get like a 2/2. Isn't the 0 just draw a card since you can't get more upkeeps after the main one? Draw a card after the at the beginning of each of your upkeeps this turn. See, what you don't understand, Mike the Red, is there are some cards out there that give you a second upkeep. You get like 2 upkeeps. So it's just keeping track of your upkeeps. Just try to abuse the game with extra upkeeps. This is gonna keep you in check. See, the AI play tested this and realized, wow, if you get extra upkeeps, this is completely broken. This is just too busted. Yeah, this cannot survive. 3 mana, you could get this out on turn. I mean, you can get it out on turn 1 if you really wanted to, but like turn 2 easily. Straight to 7 loyalty is, I think, a little unbelievable. I mean, if you go for the 0, it's just a card drawing machine. A one-sided Howling Mine. No, not even Howling Mine. Is it Howling Mine? I think it's Howling Mine. Wait, I can't remember if Howling Mine lets you draw 1 card or 2 cards. Yeah, I know. +3 into the Venture is just absolutely insane. Works, but too strong. You know, that's also another card from top to bottom actually works. We're not printing it. The Ignite team can get ignited right into the garbage. All right, next up we got the Core City Spirit. But it's a green 2/2 elemental. But it looks like a spirit, you know? Why can't spirits be elementals? So, you know, you're going back to nature. Defender. This creature can't attack. Well, that just sucks that takes all the wind out of your sails. Whenever Core City Spirit blocks, which is the only thing it could do, you can pay 1. If you do, conjure a duplicate of that card into your hand. Well, this is we've gone to Arena. Why are they doing this? No, AI, stop looking at the Arena cards. You're gonna make weirdo, crazy, nonsense stuff. Just a release warrior and fear it's close now. Yeah, it's an alchemy card. Damn it, they know what alchemy cards are. That's gonna just start conjuring all sorts of stupid stuff into this game. That card, you know, that one, exactly, that one, that one card. If you do, whenever it blocks, you're gonna, well, you know, there's all sorts of cards. Look at it. This one, it's a reference to Indicate from like the Sharpie cube. Yeah, if you do, create a duplicate of that card into your hand. I'm assuming it's the card you block. Well, okay, based on like paper magic, there's no we're not conjuring squat. What, are we gonna conjure a token into our hand and shuffle it into our library? That just seems pretty weird. Don't think it's completely impossible to play with conjuring cards, because you just put it in a new sleeve, but I think it's just strange. I think it creates a copy of the block creature. But then if I block a red creature and put it into my hand, like what do I do? What am I gonna do with it? Absolutely nothing. In my green deck, I probably can't recast the damn thing. I guess I gotta play with the Wooburg mana base so I can play all the stuff that I get off my Core City Spirit. Okay, anyway, I don't like this card. Moving on. We got the Brotherhood Parapons. This is a red 1 generic sorcery. Target player discards 2 cards. Looks like red is stealing black's thunder around here. You think you can discard cards? Well, we can do it better. Okay, and also it draws a card if the spell was kicked. Instead, destroy all permanent. What the hell? Why did we have to have that at the end? Okay, so like really kicking people while they're down. I'm gonna make you discard probably the very few cards you have left in your hand. Oh, and by the way, I blew up the world. There's nothing here left. This spell was clicked. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. No. Yeah, we discard 2 cards, and either we draw a card, which, by the way, absolutely busted. That's insane. It's like some sort of lightning that with card advantage. You discard 2, I draw 2. But then if I pay 4 mana, then I just wipe the board. You know, let's just reset everything. You have 4 to cast reset. Game reset for 4 mana. Sitting right here, folks. The Assassin's Creed enters the AI. Is that something from Assassin's Creed? Gruel stealing from black and board wiping. That's illegal. That's absolutely broken. It's danger. Well, it makes sense in red at least. Sort of. I don't understand why you have to draw a card off of this. Drawing a card completely off red, never happened. Disqualified. You lose. Okay, Grave Bearer's Skeleton. We have a red 2 generic equipment. We gotta equip for 3. Whenever a creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And then whenever a wizard creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on equipped creature and each other creature you control. Wow! We have some support for Is It Wizards over here. Some serious support, actually. Whenever a wizard... I think that's like a static ability. Like, you don't even need to have this card equipped to anything to get the payoff there. You can just be like, alright, this is like a 3-mana enchantment. If my wizards die, they all get buffed up. Yeah, whenever a wizard is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, it's not even like equipped wizard. So, I mean, this is the card the wizard players have been waiting for their entire lives. Turn all their dinky little... Because the wizards are small and puny. You know, you get like these little wizardy things. They die, they'll buff everybody up. Put on a double strike. You could put on a double striker. Slowly pump that thing up. Whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+1, and it's the creature gets +1/+1. You don't get like there's not like a counter being put on the Gravebearer Skeleton. Steve Carter's like, this just looks like a real card. Hey, the AI is learning. The AI is getting better, and with time, it's going to take over. Wizards already admitted that they're going to look into using AI to like make their you know, help their business. There's no doubt in my mind they're watching these videos for ideas. So Wizards, if you're watching, you can steal this one, the Gravebearer Skeleton. All right, so this one's Zybers for them wizard players. Okay, we got the Overweaver Yelg Stalker. It's a black 5 generic 9/9 demon flying. Destroy target snow. That's it. The snow decks. This is the antidote. We don't have any good snow hate in the game. All right, it's all crap. But you know what? If we get the Overweaver Yelg Stalker for 1 mana, we can blow up all the snow perms. Goodbye, your snow-covered mountain, your snow-covered island, your snow-covered forest. Forget your Ice Fang Quaddle. It's all going to the graveyard now. Yeah, screw snow. Now's the time for anti-snow. Forget winter. We're tired of winter around here. Tired of people being snobby with their snow-covered lands when they don't even have snow-covered anything in there. Just playing it for the snow-covered basics. It's like a free upgrade just to confuse you and make you second guess what's in their deck. Making a cozy little campfire? Yeah, 1 land at a time. 1 permanent, all gonna burn. It's the same way. Or it could mean a permanent named snow. Destroy target snow. I'm just gonna say it's a permanent. Or you could be, maybe you're right actually. So it could be anything with the word snow in it. Snow-covered permanent, snow in the name. I don't know, I mean like it would be still snow. Well, most snow-covered permanents have the word snow in it. It doesn't say permanent. Can we destroy snow spells? No, you can't destroy snow spells. You can't destroy things on the stack. And spells are on the stack. Versus snow, Yelgitster greater than Grizzlebrand. I guess so. In combat, I wouldn't bet my money on the Overweaver Yelgit Stalker though. Would not bet my money on that. Yeah, alright. Well, I like it. I'm gonna say we print it. It's doable. We have had so far no cards that are absolute nonsense. We got the Mop Good. Oh, I thought it was gonna be like a Mop God. I am the god of the mop. No, this is just Mop Good. So do a good job. Looks like, what's it called? the Doctor Who in like cartoon form. We have a red 3 generic 2/4 Time Lord. Oh, it is Doctor Who flying and tap, add a green to your mana pool. Was Doctor Who ever flying around like Mary Poppins? I'm not familiar with the lore, but I don't remember Doctor Who flying ever, unless using the telephone booth thing. The TARDIS, that's right. I guess the TARDIS needs cleaning occasionally. I guess they're experiencing 0 Gs in the TARDIS, and you know what? There's never a better time to clean it up when you're mid-flight, especially when you're falling down. Gotta get that Mopper 2000 out. It's also doable. It's a 4 mana. It's a weird 4. It's actually just a terrible card. Actually, when I really think about it. 4 mana for a 2/4 that adds mana. It's a weird blocker. Yeah, very odd ramp. Yeah, I really want to start ramping out when I want to play my 4 drops. Especially when I play my 4 drops, I want it to be ramping for 1. Didn't even ramp that much. Kinda bad. It's fair. It's very fair. Doesn't even add correct color. Well, what's wrong with adding green mana, huh? What's wrong? Well, you want to add blue? Is that a Time Lord color? I would think that, wasn't Doctor Who blue? I don't remember. The doctors make messes others clean up. You know, sometimes you gotta vomit in that TARDIS. All right, it's doable. Decent interact. Well, in certain environments. This is the Trusty Crusader. We got a dinosaur around here. There's a white-red 1 generic 3/2. It's got protection from green, which is highly unusual for a Boros color. I mean, that is literally the ally color of both these colors. It's like we're betraying our best friend. The first creature spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. And then when Trusty Crusader attacks, create X tapped 1/1 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink, where X is the number of non-basic lands defending player controls. Whenever the Trusty Crusader attacks, I get X 1/1 soldiers with lifelink, where X is the number of non-basic lands. This actually is an insane card. So basically, it's pro-green, so it's great on blocking big stupid creatures. Our creature spells are cheaper, and on top of that, it's like a gigantic token generator. Pushed real rare. Yeah, very. Finally, the rarity matches its strength. Maybe it even should be mythic. We got Pyro Tempest Wing saying I'd run it in my Zenaya deck. Pushed, but not really all that. You know what? If they printed this in Modern, I think this would be an abomination. Maybe it's like not that dangerous because protection from green doesn't protect you from like any removal spells. But if this went how do I put it? Like if someone ramps into this on turn 2, it's like turn 1 Mana Dork, turn 2 Trusty Crusader, then you could all of a sudden play a 5 mana card on turn 3, and on top of that, you like. This is like a massive punishment to non-basic lands. It's a massive punishment. Because like once I play create X tap tap where it is a number of non-basic land, I put 1 non-basic land into play, and like that is just insane value. Ooh, the hair is fabulous, you're right. Finally, basic lands are back on the menu. I will admit, like, we need more punishment to non-basic lands. The non-basic lands are just ridiculously free. Kind of seems fair. In Modern, are you people nuts? I think this card is absolutely nuts. I think it's crazy strong. Also die. Well, it does die to everything. It dies to Swords to Plowshares, Lightning Bolt, Fatal Push, even like a non-deliriumed Unholy Heat. Okay, it looks like the council of the coffee crew says it passes. In fact, it even Zybers. I think you're all insane. I'd be very terrified to play against this card. I would be urinating myself through 10 layers of clothing. Okay, next up we got the Escape of Ugatic. It is a 0 mana Frop. It Frop. That's it. And what does it even do? It's a dog. Does this die instantly? It's a legendary artifact dog. It has a creature type dog. Or maybe it's just it just does nothing. It's actually not a creature. Okay, so it is just an art. It's like a dog. It's a dog toy, as far as I'm concerned. Ragnar ship, very whoops, yeah, it is very strong. Rankar, thanks so much for the super chat. With that super chat, we will take a look at another card at the end of the show. Frop for 0 mana? Yeah, 2 pushed. I guess it's just a random card you have on the battlefield. If you want to sacrifice it to like artifact synergy, you know, absolutely go for it. Is it an Undertale reference? I don't think it's a reference to anything. It is like half frog. You see a little frog on the top? Half frog, half plop. And you got a frop at the same, if you combine the both. Frop reminds me of Zope. I can't believe you even remember that. Trust me, 0 mana drop will break Modern wide open. Oh, then we gotta ban it while we can. Ban it! I'm just kidding. We can pass. We'll pass the escape of Ugatic. This must be like somebody's very precious pet. Like they live in a palace, for crying out loud. It's a legendary artifact. Be careful of holding multiples of these in your deck because they're just gonna blow each other up. The Soul of Craver. This is a land that does not produce mana. Damage that would reduce your life total less than one. Damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 reduces it. Oops, sorry. I don't have any idea what the hell this means. Damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 reduces. I think it literally does nothing. When I'm about to die, I'm just gonna die. Yeah, it doesn't actually prevent anything. Yeah, it reduces it. If damage would reduce your life total to less than 1. Yeah, okay, okay, what is it gonna go below 1? Okay, go below 1. It's indicating the absolute obvious. Yeah, it's exactly how this game works. Imagine that. Magic the Gathering cards that just tell you how the game works and how it actually things are supposed to happen. It didn't even add mana though. You reduce the damage. Reduce what? It reduces it to what? It's like damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1 reduces it. Yeah, it reduces my life total. I'm just gonna get squashed like a bug. The art gives you a headstone. Yeah, that's it's letting me know I'm gonna die. That's hilarious. This card already knows our fate. It's like, hey, by the way, pal, I'm sorry, so long. Cat Food Bob would be a cool legendary artifact armor that just reduces any damage that would kill you to 0? Maybe. Sometimes you need a reminder of the basis. Yeah, sometimes we do need to be reminded of the basis. Okay, is this land doable? Yes. Is this land interesting? No. It absolutely does nothing. I don't even know why you'd want to put this into your deck. It's not even good to donate. Okay, we got the Twisted Farmer. By the way, this land back here was dib-licking around. This is just a dib-licking land. Okay, Twisted Farmer. We have a green 1 generic sorcery. For each player, you win the game. I get to win 5 times! Or sorry, I get to win 3 times. Sorry, no, 4 times. Oh, I screwed that. How many times can I screw that up? Okay, if in a pod of 5 players, if that ever happens, I get 5 wins. You know, and of course, as we know, you get extra victories for each player that's on the battlefield. We always want to win more than once. Yeah, good commander. Yeah, it's literal win more for no reason. Played in commander tournament, win the entire tournament. Yeah, well, I mean, if they put like 100 commander players around a table all at once. It's really interesting. If you had 100 players in a commander game, what are the odds somebody wins before there's even a full rotation of 1 turn? I think that's a great question. If everyone plays like, but at the same time, there's 100 players. Is it possible anyone can combo through 100 players? That is a fascinating idea. 100-player commander tournament. Everyone's sitting in a gigantic, I don't know, circle. If you're in a best of 3, does this mean you win 2 out of the 3 games? Ooh, it's a good question. For each player, so there's 2 of us. I think you're right, Coffee and Buns. You win the match instantly. The only way to end the 10-hour commander, yeah. It is 2 mana! Oh, this is just absolutely busted. This doesn't even cost anything. Mana Crypt Basic Forest. Yeah, I win. Thanks for coming out, fellas. Then 1. Apparently, farming makes you incredibly powerful. They control the food. They control the power. Order of Sea to Dust dies to ensnaring Brits. Talk about that last card. Anyway, yeah, you know what? You might win the game, but it's gonna cost you all of your friends. All right, this is too broken. Way too broken. It's the most one of the most broken, and also one of the most win more cards ever on this show. Dream Warming. It's a 2 mana artifact. Red instant and sorcery spells you control have protection from zombies. I didn't know our red instant and sorcery spells need protection from... Is there even a single zombie that can interact with my spells? That's so bizarre. And then whenever a Dream Warmer or another fairy you control attacks, this thing can't even attack! What, do I have to animate this with Animate Artifact? You draw a card. If that card is tapped for mana, which it's not, I just drew it, it produces colorless mana instead of white mana. Okay, a little bit of chaos ensued a little bit on this one. We sort of... This is like when the thing starts unraveling. Like, you know, it was a bit solid in the beginning, even though it was a little bit bizarre. And then it just got worse the more we read on. Yeah, we gotta tap the card in my hand. By the way, if it would produce white mana, well, it produces colorless instead now. Point and Click says, I love it. I need that for, I need this again to protect myself versus those damn zombie decks interacting with my spells. I mean, okay, I'm not sure if any of them exist, but there might be like a blue-black zombie that can interact with sorceries and instants, like counter it or sacrifice counter. I don't know, there might be some activated ability out there. Richard Mitchell says, the card is just weird. Oh, you telling me? You just have to remember the card that you just drew when you played it has the ability. You might have to play it face up. Lord, can draw on every fairy attack. Great, so... Oh, yeah! Hold on, whenever Dream Warmer or another fairy you control attacks, you draw a card. Interesting. You know, if you ignore everything on this card, it might be actually incredibly playable for fairy decks. Does it trigger it for every fairy you control? Or is it when does it trigger on... I can never tell if it says, like, you draw a card for each fairy, or just, like, if fairies in general attack, draw a card. Whenever Dream Warmer or another fairy you control attacks, I think you just draw 1 card no matter what. But you know what? It's still not too bad. That being said, the rest of the card reads terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So we're gonna pass on that one. You know what? Get it out of here. The Dream Warming. I'm not warming up to this card, that's for sure. All right, you heard the music. That means it's time to thank our sponsors. FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite place to buy my Magic the Gathering cards. Bloomburrow's out, so buy your Bloomburrow cards. And also, deal of the week this week. Save 20% off old board games. Your Magic players, you like the tabletop, and now it's time to go get them board games. But don't forget, yeah, Duskmorn. I didn't even hear about that. The House of Horror. Is that something already out, or is it coming out? Did I just miss a completely different Magic the Gathering set? Well, I'm a little blown away. But I do know Bloomburrow's out. And I heard the Frog deck in Standard is pretty cool. You can buy your singles at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. Your ability to play all formats on Magic Online, all paper formats digitally on Magic Online. You can play Pauper, Commander, Modern, Standard, Pioneer, Legacy, Vintage, and more. And you can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_25K. I like that. I like that 25K. Sounds like big money. Sounds like big money. Okay, back to crazy AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. Ooh, we got another Planeswalker in Sultai. The Catantic Baloth. This is a blue, green, black, 4 loyalty. Gideon? Since when was Gideon Sultai? This is like everything that he wasn't. And it also turned into, what is that movie character Arnold Schwarzenegger played? It wasn't Hercules or anything like that. I can't remember. Something the Barbarian. Conan? Conan the Barbarian or something like that? Was it Conan? I think it was Conan. I didn't see the movie, so I don't know. Okay, +1. Untap target land you control. Any player may activate this ability. That is interesting. So basically, everyone has like a shot at the Catantic Baloth, and also giving me more mana. So this is almost like a group hug. If you scratch my back, maybe I can scratch yours. We also have -1. The Catantic Baloth deals 3 damage to target player or planeswalker. Now that one, unfortunately, not everyone is allowed to use. Otherwise, they just blow up my Catantic Baloth for no damn reason. Needs an ultimate? It doesn't need an ultimate. Like I don't think every planeswalker out there needs an ultimate. Draconic likes it. It's like it's really weird mana ramp. And you randomly can shoot things. But yeah, they can only untap your land. Untap target land you control. That's right, any player may. Or hold on. If someone else activates the ability, maybe they can untap their lands. Because you don't own the card, but they're controlling the ability. Maybe they know. I don't understand actually how this card works. No, I'm confused. I got confused. I might even hurt myself in my own confusion. They would untap their own land? Maybe? You refers to the controller's ability. Any player can activate it, though. That the controller of the ability control. Richard likes it, though. David says, well, they would untap lands they control, but you would get the loyalty counters. Technically, rules would need some changes, but I think that would be the idea. I have no idea if this works now. I don't know whose lands get to be untapped. I almost assumed it was the controller of this card, but they are the one activating it. Judge? Is Will Weaver a judge? I saw Will Weaver here. Save us. Can we whose lands are getting untapped? The person who controls Catantic Baloth, or the person activating the ability? Kosaku says, I forget, but what is the name of the blue, black, and green? Sultai. It is Sultai, my friend. Well, let's find out, ship it. Okay. Who cares? You know what? Either way, it's a pretty neat card. It's a pretty neat card anyway. Okay, we got Fnortoritor, the Truordian. It's a green, red, 1 generic. 6987? What the hell? It's another Time Lord Perpekin. Look at the TARDIS. Look how big the TARDIS is compared to like the world, and it's like wedged in there. I imagine it's got the void, so like it's colorless. This card has no color and is a 116987. We have like another. We have something above power and toughness. So like I don't know. Is that the IQ? IQ of 11, power 69, and then also a toughness of 87. Oh yeah, this is like it's almost like a day. The 11 of 1987. I forgot they go forward and backwards 3 times. That's the whole idea of the show. No trample. Yeah, you have a 3-mana thing that can one-shot you. So I guess you can get your chump blockers out, my friends. Get those chump blockers out, or it's going to be all over. 11 damage to the player, punches opponent 11 times. I don't know what the 11 means in this context. They literally put a date over there. Maybe 11 is the mana cost. That might make it more balanced. A little bit? You think? I don't, you know, everyone's having a good party until the Fenor Toriator Truridian like shows up. It's like the Pokedex number, basically the number of the card in the way that it came in the set. Yeah, hold on, maybe. Does it have the word 11 or the number 11 anywhere? Scanning eyes, I see nothing. Anyway, I don't really like 3-mana cards that can one-shot me. So, no. Disqualified, you lose. Denied. We got the Saraskal, the Stare. It is a green 3 generic 2/3 Sacrion. When Saraskal, the Stare, enters the battlefield, target opponent controls your hand. No! Why would I want to do that? They could just trust me. I can show them my hand, and I'll just do more or less what they want. Enters about. I guess you have to somehow give this thing to somebody else. Like, this thing has to directly come into play under someone else's control. I really have no idea. Yeah, it's not even until end of turn. It's permanent. Yeah, you look at it. Target opponent enters the battlefield. Target opponent controls your hand. Well, it's gonna do. They're gonna do more than look at it. They can play the cards. They could even throw them away if they wanted to. Super political card, make them save you in return for giving them your stuff. Is this like the Emrakul effect? I don't know. This is very, very strange. They just control our hand permanently. Like, why would we even want to do this? Yeah, exactly. Why are you hitting yourself? What are you hitting yourself, opponent? Is there oh, can Beamtown Bullies like do something about this? And it's like permanently. It's like, okay, it's like, do you want to play my deck? Well, guess what? Now you can. The Saraskal the Stare. You now control everything that I do. And I can't do anything. I can't do anything right now. Do you know what? You control my. I'm gonna play the Saraskal the Stare because I gotta go take a dump. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I might be there for 15 or 20 minutes. All right. I'm lactose intolerant. I had a lot, and that triple cheese pizza was a bad idea. So you just play my deck for me. I think this card's stupid. I mean, I don't even know if it's even legal. They can't use your hand for anything without also controlling your permanent. Exactly. Well, I mean, technically, okay, so it's like a hand and brain thing, right? So they play the cards, but I'm actually still in control of, you know, you're still in control of your creatures, your attacks, your blocks. Well, how does the mana work? Yeah, can they tap your lands for mana? Maybe maybe it still requires my cooperation. Turns the game into hand and brain. Wait, if anyone knows what that is. In chess, there's a variation of the game called hand and brain, where someone announces what piece you have to move, but then someone else makes the move. So you say pawn, so they have to make a pawn move, or queen, so they don't tell you what square to move, but just tell you what piece. So I'd be like, you got to play lightning bolt, and then you have to tap the mana in order to make, and you have to tap the mana. Oh no, I get to choose where it goes. We have to tap the mana to make it work. Or I could play a creature, but you're the one who has to attack with it. Interesting. I hate it. I hate everything about this card. Flow the Landscape. It's a blue 3 generic sorcery. It's got Swoost Round. You can have 2 combat damage as you cast this spell. Holy moly! If you do, change target in its text to each. Though that makes no sense. You can have, as you cast, you can have 2 combat damage. I don't know how we get like 2 combat damage as I cast the spell. There's not even 1 combat damage as I cast the spell. It's the main phase. That's it? They bring the people. Even for with dragons, the goblin elf some Narsets leads to witness him. They bring the people, huh? Gandalf is stuck in a fjord. Pretty art. Yeah, very, very nice, pretty art. You can swoost around the whole board. I guess so. You can have 2 combat damage as you cast the spell. I imagine, like, if you play this card, there's just 2 combat damage steps. So you attack, you do. It basically gives everything double strike, I think. But also, in addition to double strike, I think it doubles the triggers that happens on damage. That's the way I'm. When you can have 2 combat damage. Yeah, this is how I'm understanding this thing. Combat damage triggers, but it's 0 damage. I don't get it. 4-1 error. What do you? Some of you are confused here. Pay 4, take 2 damage. Lightning bolt says deal 3 damage to each player, huh? You can have 2 combat. This is combat damage. It's combat. This is you get into the red zone. All right. I don't know. Is that like? Are people missing that? There's a combat step, and then you take combat damage. The real question is, you want to swoost around and find out? Yeah, that's right. You swoosed around. Swoosed around and find out. That might be a new. That might be a new thing around here. Cards are swoosting around because if you swoost around and find out, you're gonna take double the damage that you thought you were gonna take. Maybe it makes it so you can only take 2 combat damage. No, it doubles. How do you people interpret this? You can have 2 combat damage. Oh, I see. I'm reading it because they wrote it out as 2 as the word. You get 2 combat damages. So you go to combat damage. You go to combat damage again. At least in my opinion, that's how it works. Anyway, this card just sadly doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We're gonna have to scrap it. But it's a sorcery. Well, you play it on your first main phase. You let your opponent know as you attack. As you declare your attacks that they're ready, they're gonna come in for some heat. All right, we got a Benelish Predator. It is a white 3 generic 7/1 demon. All right, that's fair so far. Affinity for artifacts. All right, well, I'm sadly mistaken. It's kind of devoid. When Benelish Predator enters the battlefield, you may put a target artifact card from your graveyard on top of your library. This actually is all around fine. There's nothing wrong with this. AI likes Devoid today. You know, the AI, sometimes they like those battles. Now they like Devoid. It's got like a bit of a thing. The AI has flavor just like us. It's just, it's in the mood for some Devoid today. Affinity for artifacts. So spew out your artifacts, play this thing for 2 mana. Also, you could crack some artifacts to ramp into this if necessary, like Lotus Petal, and then put it back on top of your library. Orcish Bowmasters keeps this thing in check. Just one snipe and it's over. It goes to the dumpster. I don't think this is too strong. Like, it's like a cranial plating creature, you know? It's like it's an artifact that almost already has cranial plating on it. I honestly don't think this is that insane, even for artifact decks. And it's vulnerable to everything. Yeah, this is look at Coffee and Ben says it's too weak. You're pathetic, Benelish Predator. Look at all that armor. 1 toughness. Must be armor made out of aluminum foil. Combos with Skull Clamp. You work so hard to get this Benelish Predator in play, and you like just off it with the Skull Clamp. Yeah, any 1/1 kills the Predator. What kind of Predator are you, Benelish Predator? Wow, some Predator you are. Not an Apex Predator, that's for sure. Alien versus Benelish Predator. I put my money on Alien. Very cool looking card though. Honestly, think this is a pass. I think Affinity decks would like to play this. I don't even think it's that. It's like, it's probably good, but trying to have double white in an artifact deck, sort of hard to pull off. Like they're pretty good at getting 1 color of a certain color. Getting 2 is not very good. I should also mention that like red and blue are generally the affinity colors anyway at this point for Galvanic Blast and the blue cards like Thought Monitor. All right, moving on. Yeah, it doesn't even have Trample. Pathetic. The Abiding Swift. What is that supposed to mean? Is that Taylor Swift? There's a white 4 generic 1/2 creature. No creature type. It's just an old man next to Taylor Swift over here. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, look at that card for as long as Abiding Swift remains on the battlefield. You look at it. We have another look. What is this look at it mechanic? I don't get it. The look at it mechanic. It comes and goes. Is there like some? Is there like some sort of like details that we're missing? Like if you're only specifically looking at one card, you can't like maybe target anything else on the battlefield. I think that would be an interesting catch to that mechanic, where if you're only looking your tunnel vision to this one card, you're not allowed to target anything else on the battlefield. So anything that says target, I mean, you can only target the thing that you're looking at. So maybe you have to destroy it. We are definitely missing some context for the look at it mechanic. The idea is you shame the card by looking at it. I mean, I suppose so. Like a scriptures of Tonad to Molten its fall, the last of her lose reflection is a depart the talons were called their companions rest. As usual, complete spaghetti. 5 mana, 1/2 with no creature type. That's right. I'm devoid of creature types. It's soul. Yeah, it's in a bowl. They in a bowling alley. They are in a bowling alley. They are absolutely in a bowling alley. What do you think? Taylor Swift good at bowling? Could be. Yeah, basic AI. Very AI energy, if you ask me. It's like the Big Lebowski. All right. Well, it's not technically doable. You know, looking at it is not a. We need more details. All right, we need a little bit more. We need for it to make a little bit more sense. Sauron, the ball of the ball. You know, Sauron always wanted to be the center of the ball with the gown. All right, so we got a black 2 generic 1/1 human soldier. Was Sauron human? I actually don't know. I thought he was an avatar. Whenever a creature you control dies, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. Oh, I mean, sure. You guys, for the Golgari sapling decks, we have Sauron of the Ball. I am all that realm as the Eldrazi serves the wilds. Arman to the dead. Not even Sauron. Sauron was a shapeshifter? I don't think he was a shapeshifter. He was a mayor like Gandalf. I don't know what a mayor is. Or maybe I did know what a mayor was. But in the game, they call like in Magic, they I thought they called Sauron an avatar. Sauron was a mayor. I don't even know what a mayor is, however it's spelled. I gotta quickly Google this. What is a mayor? Oops. The Mare were primordial spirits created to help the Valor first shape the world. Well, that put more questions than there were answers, that's for sure. Okay, you are meant to save Middle Earth, and instead you wanted to have a ball. Passes. Easy pass. Sauron in a dress dancing in a forest, watching things die and grows saps from their graves. A very Sauron thing to do. Look at all the mushrooms. See, this is what happens when you get on too many mushrooms, Sauron. All of a sudden, you think you're the center of the ball. I don't even think there's anyone else at that party. But you know what? Only needs to be a one-person party. Oh, you guys think it's broken? Is this card... Oh, whenever a creature you control dies. Oh, because you have infinite sack outlets? You know what? You could be right. Maybe it's not so easy. Easy ban. You commander players. All right, we ban it. It banned. It's more broken than... upon reading this for the second time, a little bit more broken than I thought it was. Confusion! For a green 3 generic enchantment. Tap to add a white, or a white! That's right, your choice of one of 3. the illusion of choice. The blue-red 2 generic. Confusion becomes a 5/5 black vampire dragon creature with trample until end of turn. And it's still land. Return of the it's still a land mechanic. As if it was a land in the first place. Orvitus is like me right now. What, with the rubber duckies? Are you taking a bath, Orvitus? Are you watching the Coffee and MTG show in your bathtub? You got the bath bomb, you got the rubber duckies. You're in absolute heaven at the moment. Absolutely fine, print it. You got it. A bit of a weird card. How many enchantments tap for mana out there? Is there even one? There's nothing illegal about this, I don't think. I don't think there's anything illegal about an enchantment tapping for mana. Leah's rather confused. You tap the ducks, and then you sick the dragon. Oh, yeah. That's funny. Actually, maybe that makes some flavor sense. You add a white, or a white. And there's the white. You know, each rubber ducky resembles mana. We got Raptor with Wings. Thank you so much for your super chat. The name embodies the entire card. Oh, yeah, confusion. Is it even doable? I guess it's doable. It's doable. I don't think Mark Rosewater would be very happy about printing this, but whatever. Oh, when the face of peace of reborn are all the swamp and the most infernal into the continent of a sage. Man, are we ever gonna get like one flavor text that makes even remotely a sliver of sense? Okay, we got Pilled Thirst. There's like a boar flying in the air. For a Boros 1 generic, instant boar. Flip 2 costs of your library. Anyway, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense either. Really not, yeah, it's got the flips. This card got the flips. Chaos Ensued again. This is the shortest Chaos Ensued card of all time. You know what, Pyro? You're right. We could use some confusion around here. Flips 2 costs of your library. Well, my deck is about $1,000. Yeah, I'll flip that. Can I flip it for twice its value? I guess companion restrictions are library costs. Can we flip those? I'm not sure. Can I mix Emrakul and Ornithopter's costs in my deck? Flip 2. Oh! You know, if it said flip 2 costs of cards, I could get behind this, but it literally says flip 2 costs of your library, so no. Alright, moving on. We got... Ooh, Sarkhan is back. Actually, Ajani is back. Maybe Sarkhan and Ajani. This is a really good art. Okay, Sarkhan Zerupliti. It is a green 3 generic 5 loyalty Ajani. +1, creatures you control gain double strike and trample. And haste! Not enough stuff on here. That's crazy. -2, destroy target artifact or enchantment and each other creature with power 2 or less. That is insane! That is absolutely insane. It's like basically all the weenies get nuked. Then -7, creatures you control get +3/+0 and have death touch. That is like the least of our worries. I wouldn't even go to the -7. I mean, I guess if you have like a bunch of tokens or something. Yeah, not until end of turn. Forever. Your creatures gain double strike and trample and haste. Wow, that's Push Corbinic says. All buffs are permanent. You guys are really, yeah, you guys catch the, you always look for that end of turn clause. You know, as if it's part of a contract or something. Does it say end of turn? Does it say end of turn? It doesn't? This is value. I'll see it in Modern Horizons 4. I think that's a little soon. Maybe Modern Horizons 5. Yeah, I still doesn't understand ultimates. Hey, some ultimates in actual Magic the Gathering really suck. This isn't that different from like the Garruk ultimate where everything gets +3/+3 and have trample. Why does this have death touch though? Does Sarkhan have anything to do with death touch? I don't think so. A little too very doable. Too strong. A little too strong. Haste to do nothing? Oh, it would. I mean, if you play, so I mean, immediately you play your Sarkon, you're probably tapped out. It won't do anything. But next turn, when you play a creature, you can take it up, and then it will gain haste. So it actually will be very good. +1 only has an effect once. Yeah, but I mean, for future creatures, it will compound. Or not compound. It will add to all future creatures you put in play. Or gain control of. You might swipe a Rooney your opponent's creatures. All right, next up, we got the Doomsayer. This is sort of disgusting. It is a red-black 1 generic instant with Rebound. Dragon the Bastion or Scroid card in your graveyard. You lost me after Rebound. You lost me hard, too. Interestingly, it seems like it gives you a lot of choices, but I don't know what any of these choices mean. You can Dragon, you can Bastion, or you can Scroid the card in your graveyard. Yeah, Scroid for 3 broken. Yeah, we can do so many things to our graveyard cards. Dragon the Bastion should be a new meme. Well, I got a word, card. Yeah. What cards do we understand here? The, card, graveyard. Okay, we got small wins. It's got Rebound. So when you cast this, you can Dragon the Bastion again. Or sorry, we have 2 options here. You can Dragon, I thought it's not 3, it's 2. Dragon the Bastion or Scroid. Maybe in Modern Horizons 20, this card will make sense. That's right. Don't forget if anyone from Wizards R&D is watching, don't forget Dragon the Bastion. That's got to be a real thing one day. Then we can say AI predicted it. Can you Dragon the first turn and Scroid the next? Probably, because you get to Rebound this card. Oh, words, half of them mean nothing. It's funny, it looks like it, you know, this is how non-English speakers probably read English. Dragon the Bastion or Scroid? I don't know what I'm reading here. It's a great exercise for English speakers feeling the pain that non-English speakers feel. Alex with the super chat. Thanks so much for your super chat. All hail the AI nonsense. The glorious nonsense. For that super chat, we'll take a look at an extra card at the end of the show. It only scrolling the graveyard. Not nearly as broken as it seems. We don't know what that means. Could put things directly onto the battlefield and then flinging them at end of turn. Speaking of wizards, what does Wizards vote for? Flying? Probably flying. Okay, no. No, Doomsayer. You're doomed. Okay, we got the Glittering Skloom. It's a 2-mana 2/3 with Death Touch. It's already pretty strong. Toxic 3? Get out of here! And it's a land? Okay, when it dies, returns to the battlefield transformed under your control. Oh, I see, okay. So if it dies, we get a land that comes into play tapped. We can tap for a colorless. Pay 3 taps. Sacrifice what is called Judan Shisa. Search your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the number of creatures you control. Put those cards onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Literally, actually, from beginning to end, this card actually makes sense. That's unbelievable for beginning to end. Corbinix like, that's toxic. Very toxic card. It's technically, yeah, technically white ramp. Well, I mean, if it dies. Is it mega ramp? Oh yeah, it is mega. Actually, it's pretty mega ramp. X is the number of creatures you control. Just gotta get a little tokens out over there, and a lot of little tokens. And then all of a sudden you get, yeah, you just ramp directly onto the battlefield. Doable but broken. It is very, very pushed. What's our new term for today? Oh, I can't remember. I'm not gonna go back. Anyway, pretty strong card. Pretty damn strong. Play white and get that ramp. Yeah, ramp it up. Frop. Well, you know what? Frop should be like a reference to something that's useless. This is not quite useless. I like that though, Frop. Okay, we got a blue 2 generic. Cathar's Envoy, brought to us by Rancor. Thanks so much, Rancor, for the Frop comment. It is a blue 2 generic 3/3 cat dragon with exploit. Now, when Cathar's Envoy exploits a commander, you can pay Green, blue, black, black, 1 generic. If you do, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Cathar's Envoy and untap it. And then we have for... Is that fine? When Cathar's Envoy exploits a commander? Does that make sense? Exploit. I can't remember what exploit... I can't remember how exploit works. So is it when this enters the battlefield or something else enters the battlefield? Anyhow, for double green, 12 generic, we have Monstrosity 6. Sorry, Monstrosity 7. So it can grow +7/+7. And as long as Cathar's Envoy deals combat damage to a player, if that creature would die this turn, you exile it instead. What a bizarre card. Exploit, sack a creature on cast. Oh, I see. Okay, so if we have our commander in play, and we play Cathar's Envoy, what the hell does this cost? It costs 8 mana. And if we do, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it and untap it. But I mean, it comes into play untapped anyway. Unless someone else had a card that says it came into play untapped. Sorry, it comes into play tapped. All right. So we have the card. We have defense versus some of those damn prison-like cards. How much mana can we sink into this? So this is 8 plus, or actually this is 14. 8 plus 4, 22 mana. If we have 22 mana on 1 turn, we can get a total of 12 power. It's crazy. 22 mana. 22. 3, 8. 3, 8 plus 14. Count 22 for whatever. Is it broken? No. Is it doable? Yes, actually. This is insane. How many words they covered, and it's actually a legal card at the end. It doesn't even gain haste. Hey, do you want it to be broken? They gotta balance it out around here. But also you have to sack your commander. Hey, the price to pay for a 22 power creature, okay? Or sorry, not a 12 power creature. Small price to pay. Your commander might be 0 mana. Or, I don't know. Are there any commanders for... There's that... I think there's that. There is a 0 mana card, but it's red. Okay, Raptor with Wings, thanks so much for your super chat. And for that, we will take a look at another card. We got the Eliwick Rider. This is cute. That is a big mouse. It is a blue 2 generic 0/3, the Eliwick. Oh, Eliwick was that planeswalker. And this is the rider, so it's a rat. I'm just gonna ride on this planeswalker's head. That makes some sense. She can do all the walking for me. Okay, when Eliwick Rider attacks, target opponent discards a card and Delirium. At the beginning of your upkeep, or whenever you search or reveal this card, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. Interesting. I like Gorbanek. I smell a rat around here. The Ratatouille. Very durable vermin. It's a 0/3 creature. So at the beginning of your upkeep, whenever you search, so at my upkeep, what if I crack a fetch land? I get a 2/2 white knight? Whenever you search or reveal this turn, oh, so I could reveal cards from my hand. And but it looks like it only triggers at upkeep. What happened to her frog? Frog is gone. Frog down. Replaced, maybe eaten by the rat. Or sorry, the mouse? No, it's a rat. It's confirmed. It looks like a mouse. It looks very cute. AI copying Bloomberg already, huh? Shake my damn head. Triggers on upkeep or when you search or reveal. Oh, at the beginning of your upkeep or whenever you search your life. You're right. So we get a 2/2 white knight at our upkeep. This card's insane. It's actually a really good card. Yep, fetch lands now make 2/2s. Or if you want to reveal anything. Is there anything that can perpetually make you reveal cards? I'm just wondering if there's anything that goes infinite immediately. I think it's balanced and just a little strong. It's 4 mana that dies to anything. It literally has no power by itself. And whenever it attacks, target opponent discards a card. Like, why would you even want to? This is your golden goose. Why would you want to attack with your golden goose? You literally have to attack into somebody who has nothing in play. Nothing. You also need Delirium, which is going to be hard for that blue deck that we have over here. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's, land, instant sorcery, artifact, boom. We online. All right. It's doable. Very doable. It's legit. All right. It's doable and it's legit. And we got Alex. Thanks so much, Alex. You love that AI nonsense, and that's why we're gonna take a look at another card. This, the Screechingers Transform. This is a 5 generic 6/6 construct. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, choose a creature card name. Creatures you control with the chosen name have haste. It sounds horribly specific. Now, at the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to its owner's hand. Ah! So hold on, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, we get to change the name over and over again. This is interesting. You've got my attention, AI. Okay, so we cast instants and sorceries. We choose names. Those creatures have haste. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Permanent haste again. Strong, but probably not too broken. Probably not. I don't even know if it's that strong. This is just weird. The creatures you control with the chosen name have haste. Dang, you missed something. Then use the So yeah, you name something, then use the chosen name. And you can keep changing the name as you cast spells or cast instants and sorceries. Just make it a card and make it do nothing for Storm. Yeah, I don't think Storm can abuse this. Storm would do nothing with this card. Zybers for Marlowe. This is our first Zyber card of today. Our cards have been either like so broken or so crap. So absolutely nonsense. This card, for the right player, you're gonna love it. They'll love the Screechingers Transform. Okay, next up. Steve Cooper says, one more. We'll go to another one. We got Nadam of Zillicor's Foundations. This is a blue-white 2 generic 3/4 Frog Saga. It's got flying and ward 2. Now a black, Nadam of Zillicor's Foundations gains flying until end of turn. And also whenever you gain life, you may pay a red. If you do, untap all creatures you control. This card is insane. It's absolute bonkers. This is so much for 4 mana. So for 4 mana, I have a 3/4 flying ward 2 creature. Good luck killing this. And, well, actually, the second ability is completely redundant. We're giving flying to a flying creature. We got double flying. Maybe that means we can fly higher than the flying creatures. Voted for flying! That's right. Voted directly for flying. It's showing you can vote for flying in-game by paying a black. Just for the sake of doing it. Won't a saga without chapters just go away? Is this a saga? Oh god. Shoot. Sorry, no. It's a creature type saga. It's not card type saga, so it actually works. Whew. That was a close one. It was almost fropping around over there. It was almost fropping. It's not an enchantment though. Yeah. Well, I think it needs to just be the card type. I don't know if all sagas need to be enchantments. You could give it hexproof instead of ward, and it would still be all right. I think the ward is quite well. Hexproof is completely broken. You can even vote for flying multiple times. We got one vote is not enough in these elections. This card can commit voters fraud. Vote for flying, and it's sinister too. They know what they're doing is wrong. It's for a black. Is there a creature that taps for life? There are tons. Yeah, whenever you... Oh, it's a good question. Yeah, is there a single creature that taps? There probably. The answer is probably. I'm sure there is an infinite life gain. And by the way, 2-card combos, not unusual. All right, so that's not unusual in this game. It could be a Splinter Twin. Once again, the card is broken by the third ability, but you know what? We like this card. We like it. It's this is probably the frog from Frop. We got Don. Let's get one more in here. You got it, Don. Let's take a look at another one. And that one is the Translating Weaver. Wow, shout out to Will Weaver in chat. I don't know if Will is still around here. We got Red Enchantment. Sacrifice any number of artifacts. Create X 1/1 white Vorteus creature tokens with flying, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Also voted for flying. I don't know what that has to do with sitting at a computer here. You work at Google? Oh, it says Google Translate over there. Will Weaver having a big influence over the crazy Google translated cards over there at, what was it called, Roswada Stone. Can any number be 0? Sacrifice any number of artifacts. Create X 1/1 creature tokens with flying, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Yeah, you could gain, if you gain 0 life, then you have 0. You get 0/1/1s. What's funny is you sacrifice any number of artifacts. Any of them, all of them. Sacrifice 1, you could sacrifice 10 as the exact same output, no matter what. X should be able to be 0. Create X 1/1 white creatures where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Yeah, of course. Of course it can. The army of V2 Ghazi asked the Bamines, I won't find our bloodstains. What does that have to do with Will Weaver? Will, what do you... Will is somehow connected with the V2 Ghazi. Little did we know. I think it's a doable card. A bit strange, though. Beyond Insane, a single point of life gives you infinite... Does it? Create X 1/1 white creature tokens with flying, where X is the amount of life you gained this turn. You get, like... I think you just sacrifice any number of artifacts. I think when you sack the artifact, you just get, like, if 1 token, if you gained 1 life. That's it. Right? You can activate the ability any number of times. But you have to... Oh, you guys weren't talking about X. You're talking about sacrifice any number of artifacts. So the number is 0. Oh, it's broken. Oh, sorry. I missed that part. You can sack 0 artifacts. You know, when you guys throw out numbers, I usually think you're just trying to give me the X. Where's my X? It's right there. In this case, you were talking about the first line of text. You guys are all right. Yeah, holy crap. Basically, probably broken. Gain 1 life. Have 0 artifacts on the battlefield. Get infinite creatures. Can you sack opponents' create artifacts? No. What's going on here? We're not done yet. We're not done yet because we still have another super chat here from Toads. Thanks so much, Toads. Let's swoost. Oh, that's the new one. Swoost. Swoost around and find out. Swoost around out here. We can't forget about that one, chat. Swoost around and find out. Gandalf, the greatest demon. All right, so Gandalf has found the dark side. This is a green 2 generic, a 1/2 human druid. I didn't know you were human either, Gandalf. We have a green, tap, sacrifice Gandalf. You may pay 2. Well, why wouldn't I? I'm this far deep. If you do, create X 2/2 red human cleric creature tokens with reach, where X is the number of lands you control. Doable. I don't know. Is there anything crazy about this? I spent 4 mana. I got Summoning Sickness. Next turn, I paid 3 mana and sacked my Gandalf. And now I got a 2/2 for each land I control. I like this. I don't remember that from Lord of the Rings, says Raptor with Wings. Yeah, watch me not pay the 2. Whoops! That was a mistake. The Arena client says, would you like to pay the 2? No. Oh, whoops. I don't get my 2/2s. If you do. Otherwise, you could just sack your Gandalf for nothing. If that means anything for anybody. 5 2/2s by turn 2 with half your lands tap? Probably. Yeah, probably very weak. This is the version of Gandalf from the timeline where he took the ring. Yeah, that's that. They should make a whole movie about that. You know, what if Gandalf took the ring and everyone had to fight Gandalf? Probably pissed the token fans off, though. That wasn't canon! Well, we're making it canon. Alternate timelines. Just like the Marvel Universe. They're bringing the Marvel Universe to Lord of the Rings, and on top of that, maybe they can combine the two. They gotta get Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Superman. Sorry, I know I'm getting I'm taking from the DC universe, but we have they get like Spider-Man, Superman, the Avengers. They get the X-Men all to fight Gandalf with the One Ring. I don't even know how powerful Gandalf is. Like, who would win? Gandalf with the One Ring or like Galactus? You know? Yeah, what if Lord of the Rings? Lord of the Rings, the multiverse. Token fans gonna be in a tizzy when Lord of the Rings hits public domain. Oh, absolutely. Is that far off? Because Token is old. Like, Lord of the Rings is a pretty old book. There's an alternate timeline, Lord of the Rings, called The Last Lord of the Ring, where Mordor is the good guys. Really? Is that like a fan fiction? Sauron at the ball. Gandalf the greatest demon. What is this? The Lord of the Rings fanfic? That's right. So the Lego universe. I can't believe Thanos sacrificed his Gandalf, the greatest demon, create 7 red human clerics to kill Batman and Superman after Superman voted for flying. It's exactly what can happen in this game. Okay, it's doable. Ah, that's hilarious. And that's it! Ah, what a great way to end the show. Whoops. There we go. So, as usual, we want to be here 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. And also, thanks to everyone who supports the channel. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you support the channel through Super Chats, you know, to extend the AI shows, thank you so much. And also, we got to thank everyone for being here today. Thank you for making the show what it is. Well, you Coffee Crew, oh my God, the flavor. The real flavor text of the show is the Coffee Crew. People like Pabno, 10X, Sagash, yes. We got Jess, Dawn, Eris. We got Hedgem, Kano, TCG Dude, Toads. We got Toads. We got JMK, Steve Cooper, Kosaku, Diolik, Kirk, Pyro. We got Jay, Hedgeman, Nuclear. Can't remember your name. Sorry about that. We got, who else? John, Sheevlord, Orvitus, Anna. Because all of you are the Coffee Crew. So as usual, keep brewing up them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.